Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Bûche De Noël, or also known as a Yule Log or Christmas log. It's a chocolate sponge cake with a chocolate mousse filling, and it's frosted with a whipped chocolate ganache and garnished with shaved chocolate. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Be sure to subscribe for new videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Plus, I'm also posting lots of bonus videos up until Christmas, so let's get started. First, we're going to make the ganache so it has time to chill. First, chop up the chocolate into small pieces. You can use any chocolate you like. I'm using 2/3 milk and 1/3 dark. Add the chopped chocolate into a small bowl. Heat up the heavy cream on the stove until it starts to boil, and pour it onto the chopped chocolate in the bowl. Let it sit for a minute to let the heavy cream melt the chocolate. And stir it until it's combined and smooth. Wrap it in plastic wrap and refrigerate it until it's cold and firm. To make the chocolate sponge cake, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Line a half-sheet pan, or a jelly roll pan if you have one, with aluminum foil, making sure it comes up the sides too. Grease it and dust it with cocoa powder. Just keep shaking and tapping the pan until the entire bottom of the pan is covered. Tap out the excess. And set this pan aside for now. Then separate the eggs that are at room temperature. It's super important that you don't get any traces of yolk into the whites, because that will stop them from whipping properly. So what I like to do is to use 3 bowls. Separate the egg in one of the bowls. Place the yolk into one of the separate bowls. And place the whites into the other bowl. So this way, if the yolk breaks and some of it gets into the whites, it doesn't ruin the whole thing. Place the yolks into a large bowl. And add in the sugar. And beat them with an electric mixer on high speed for 5 minutes until they're light, pale, and thick. Then add in the vanilla extract and salt. And beat them in until they're combined. Add the whites into a separate medium bowl. And before beating them, you need to wash and dry the beaters so that no yolk gets into the whites. I'm just switching the beaters to whisk attachments. And whip them until they form soft peaks. Gradually add in the sugar. Then continue beating until they form stiff peaks. Add the whipped egg whites into the whipped egg yolks, 1/3 at a time. Folding very gently until just combined, trying to keep as much air in the mixture as possible. Use a metal spoon to fold it since the edge is nice and thin and it helps to not damage the air in the mixture. Then sift in the cake flour and cocoa powder. And fold it in gently just until it's combined, again trying to keep as much air as possible. Pour the batter into the prepared pan. Spread it out to cover the whole pan. And bake it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. When it's done, remove it from the oven. Immediately dust it with powdered sugar. Place a sheet of parchment paper on top, followed by another sheet pan, and use hot pads to flip the whole thing over. Remove the pan and carefully pull off the aluminum foil. Then roll it up into a log and let it cool completely. Now we're going to make the chocolate mousse filling. If you like, you can just make whipped cream if you think there's too much chocolate in this dessert. But for those of you who think you can never have too much chocolate, here's an easy and delicious chocolate mousse. In a small saucepan, add in the butter and water, and heat them on the stove until the butter is melted and the mixture comes to a boil. When it does boil, don't keep it boiling for too much longer. You don't want too much of the water to evaporate. Meanwhile, chop up the dark chocolate into small pieces. You must use dark chocolate. Don't use anything sweeter, such as milk or semi-sweet, because it doesn't give as deep of a chocolate flavor. And we're also adding sugar to the mousse, so it doesn't need additional sugar from the chocolate. When the mixture on the stove is boiling, take it off the heat and pour the chopped chocolate into the pan and stir it until it's all melted and the mixture is smooth. Then add in the vanilla extract and salt and mix them until they're combined. And set it aside and let it cool completely. Then into a medium or large bowl, add in the cold heavy cream and sugar. You can use more to taste if you like. This amount makes it sweet and a little bitter. And whip it until it forms soft peaks. Once the chocolate mixture is completely cooled, add a scoop of the whipped cream into the mixture. Stir to combine. Then add it into the rest of the whipped cream. And fold it in gently until it's thoroughly combined and there are no more streaks of white. Once the cake is completely cooled, carefully unroll it. Spread the mousse all over it. And roll it back up. Place it onto your serving plate and cut off a 2 to 3 inch piece from the end on a slight angle. If you like, you can place the cake into the fridge for 30 minutes or longer so the mousse sets and is not too soft for the next step. Remove the chilled ganache from the fridge, and it should be firm at this point. Whip it with an electric mixer until it's whipped and soft, trying not to over-whip it or it's going to have a grainy texture. It needs to be quite soft so it's easy to spread on top of the cake, so if it's too stiff you can thin it out with a little more heavy cream or heat it slightly in the microwave. Then spread the ganache all over the cake roll. Place the cutout piece either onto the side or top of the cake. I'm going with the top, and this makes it look like a log. And keep spreading the ganache all over the cake. Then use the spatula to make lines across the whole cake. And finish it off with some shaved chocolate or a dusting of cocoa powder. And then slice it up and serve. And that's how to make a Bûche De Noël or Yule Log or Christmas log. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give this video a like and check out my channel for many more videos and subscribe to my channel for more to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.